The fifth point we'd make is around the area of note-taking. And I mentioned earlier that note-taking are the keys to unlock vast volumes of information. Remember, the game of Leaving Cert is not just learning information in class and then reproducing it in the Leaving Cert. It's very much being introduced to material in class and visiting and revisiting and going back over material over and over, because the more you revisit material, the more you understand and are able to recall it. So let's take a look. Our notes should be organized. Okay, you understand the importance of that. Why? You're doing so many subjects. There are so many topics on each subject. You've got to be organized. Second, brief. In this presentation I'm giving you now, for example, the only thing I'm using is a brief word. And the word brief, for example, triggers a whole lot of information for me. And so it is with you with your notes. One word or a short statement should be enough to trigger information. Don't go on and reproduce a textbook in your own notepad. That's of no value. Keep your notes brief, just enough to trigger the information. Thirdly, colourful. It's important your notes are colourful. Psychologists tell us that colourful notes are more memorable. And the last point here is accessible. We'd suggest that you put your notes maybe loosely leafed sheets of paper so that you can put those into your folder and reorganize your notes and so on, and have them so that you can reorganize them around according to your subjects. That's also very important. Second point we'd say to you is make use of Tony Buzan's mind mapping methods. It's been proved this use of mind mapping is very, very, very good for memory, and it's very good for recall. And the reason why it works so well is because it works the same way as your mind. Your learning works by association, linking one point to another, and that point triggering off another point, etc. And so mind mapping seems to reflect what's going on in your brain, and it can be very effective. We've put a few examples of mind mapping on the website for you to have a look at as well. Next point is create pictures. You've heard the statement, a picture paints 1,000 words. Also, people say, I can remember a face, but I can't remember names. What they're really saying is their brains are excellent at the visual. They're excellent at remembering and recalling pictures, much better than symbols or words. So make use of your strength. Make use of your natural skill as a human being and bring pictures into your notes and make your notes visual. Last point here is try and create as many linkages and associations as possible in your learning, linking one theme with another, etc. Think about this. An expert on Premiership football, for example, can very easily learn new information about the Premiership football, about the various teams and the history of their teams and so on, if they have already a lot of information on Premiership football. The reason why they find it easier to take on more is because there's a lot of linkages already, and there's a lot of information already in their brain to link to. That's what learning is about, making as many links as you can in your learning. Lastly, I'd like to wish you the best of luck in your Leaving Cert exam, not just in your Leaving Cert results, but in this whole process of what we call self-evaluation. Looking closely at the way you do things and making changes based on your findings that will bring you closer to your goal. That's a skill that perhaps is the most important of all, and that will stand to you as you go on to third level or future career. Thank you for listening.